Archie Marks and Smarks. We're going to talk about who's the best wrestler in WWE history today. Now, I'm going to give you my Mount Rushmore, right? My Mount Rushmore starts off with Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and this fourth one might shock a few people. It might be very controversial, but my fourth one is, find out on YouTube. All right, they're gone? All right, now this is the part the TikTok people can't see. It's the YouTube exclusive part of the video. This is the rant. This is the take. This is the 10-minute take. I normally take a 10-minute take on each of these videos to give you guys not too much content, but not too little, right? So we talk about Hulk Hogan and his contributions to this business. I mean, it's stupendous what this man has done for this business. Stone Cold and The Rock and Triple H's work in the mid to late 90s was phenomenal. And you see Ric Flair up there. He did a lot of work for the territories to even shape this business to be what it is, right? This industry that we all know and love. Then we talk about the greatest WWE superstar, right? And before, we get into that, but my Mount Rushmore for a fact. Okay, we got Hulk Hogan because he had many great title runs, and he sported the Wing Eagle belt. I don't know why I said the Wing Eagle belt. The Wing Eagle belt. That's crazy, but that's what I said before. But he sported that, right? Then Stone Cold and The Rock, it took wrestling to heights that we still haven't seen again to this day, right? But a person who I feel who gets enough love but doesn't get enough love at the same time, who helped this industry, or at least sustained the industry till it got back to the point where it needed to be, or where it could get itself back onto its feet, is John Cena. John Cena. Because, listen, the amount of work he's done, the ambassador he is for the company, he literally put the company on his back for 10 years when they had to find somebody else, to be on the same level for him, as him, right? Because John Cena, he's been through the most. He's been to the late, I would say, the end of the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, PG Era, Reality Era, the New Era, and now whatever era we call this now. So he's been in this game for about 20 years. And if you really count the Attitude Era was what? 3 years at the most. Ruthless Aggression. 4 years, 5 years at the most. So his contributions, right, to this business, right? The WWE Championship. People pretend like they hated it. But really, if you went to Walmart or Toys R Us, you would see that title will always be sold out. Everyone wanted that spinner belt because people liked it, rims, and people liked the jewelry. So that belt looked like a whole bunch of VVS diamonds and shit on some old school country shit. You know what I'm saying? It looked fresh back then, because it's the early 2000s and that type of style of jewelry was in. You know what I'm saying? It looked like the WWE title was a fucking chain. You know what I'm saying? Back then, John Cena was wearing baggy clothes, rocking Jordans, acting like he was one of the niggas, acting like he was one of the brothers and shit like that. You know what I mean? It was crazy. But I'm really get down to talking about who is the greatest WWE superstar there ever was, right? We have to understand who exactly helped the business and put the business to heights that no one else could get it to. And one person I would think that that would particularly would be, let's be honest here. It's either between Stone Cold or Hulk Hogan. Ric Flair, he did a lot for WCW. He did a lot for the territories. And he was a great NWA champion. NWA World Champion, excuse me. But I don't believe he had the success of a Stone Cold or even a Triple H or The Rock or a Hulk Hogan, right? So between the legendary reign of Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold, I would have to go with Um, I want to say Stone Cold so bad, but if Hulk Hogan didn't put in that work, Stone Cold wouldn't have not respected that title like that. He would not. None of them niggas, not Bret Hart, not Shawn, none of them niggas would have respected that title like that if it wasn't for Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Because he's held in that regard to wrestlers. He is a wrestler's wrestler. So when we talk about, who's the greatest WWE superstar, I mean, when you have the ideal WWE superstar, it's Hulk Hogan. I mean, he had the charisma, the power, the strength, the ability to make the business mainstream. Stone Cold Steve Austin did too. And Stone Cold Steve Austin, he hasn't been wrestling for years, right? And he still has a following. He still has a major following. And people still love his wrestling and his gimmicks to this day, right? So he gets a lot more love than Hulk Hogan because, Hogan had said that racial shit. He had talked about niggas and shit. You know what I mean? And he was supposed to say that because his ass is white. But, I forgave him. You know what I'm saying? Because they're all racist anyway in Packer Woods. You know what I'm saying? But that's all different story. That's all different topic. That's all different video on YouTube. If you cash at me, I'll talk about that too. But all jokes aside, you know what I'm saying? We talk about Stone Cold. He at that time he had to revitalize. It took him some time to even revitalize the WWF and to get it back popping because it had a downside in business when Hulk Hogan had left in the steroid trial of '92. It came down on them. And a lot of superstars had left because they didn't want to get popped for doing the steroids and shit like that. All the big guys and shit like that. So the roster had thinned out. And all them niggas left was like Macho Man, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, The $1 Million Man, IRS, and, a lot of side characters and shit. And they had to, use all the side characters to put the story of wrestling back together and shit like that. That's why Bret Hart was champion, because Ric Flair was going to go back to WCW, so he did the favors to Bret Hart, to get him the title belt so he could be champion, so he could lead the new generation, Because that's who Vince McMahon wanted to be on top of the card, Bret Hart, because he could trust him the most. He was one of the best workers on the card, or on the roster damn near. Shawn Michaels, he was developing, he was getting over, but he wasn't there at the time where Bret Hart was already there. He knew the company, knew everything about the production, knew he had the best work rate, and and he was over. He was the most familiar face from the old school just because of his match rate and his work rate. So when we talk about who is the greatest WWE superstar of all time, it has to be Hulk Hogan. Because when Hulk Hogan was there, business was always booming. The Attitude Era was hot. It took some time to get hot. When it got hot, it never got hot. It never took off. With Hulk Hogan, only time the business went down is when he left. Every time Hulk Hogan was in the building, business picked up. So you're talking about the greatest WWE superstar. It's undoubtedly Hulk Hogan. It has to be. You know what I mean? And with that being said, I want you to comment how you guys feel. Like, share, subscribe. Turn your notification bells on for me. We got a lot more videos to come. I appreciate y'all for fucking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? And, I love talking wrestling. So, I appreciate y'all for paying attention to me. You understand me? And I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep getting better every video. I'm going to learn how to talk better, learn how to edit better. This has been a process. It's been a journey that I'm enjoying doing. And I'm going to keep enjoying doing for, the time being. And I just hope you guys will come on this journey with me and support me on this journey. Like, I'll support you or whatever. Just shoot me a comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could collaborate, work together. So I'm just starting, I don't really mind working with people, exchanging ideas. So, a DM on YouTube is always open, and you can comment, and we can exchange information, and we'll go from there. But it's your boy JB Entertainment Sports Podcast, and we're signing out. Church.